Greetings, students. So we have been studying about the human digestive system, and the last time we had discussed about the stomach and different parts of it. Today we will move further and let's see what happens to our food that has entered into the stomach. So once the food passes through the stomach, it is then going to move into something called as your small intestine. Okay, so we are going to study more about all these structures. Okay, here we go. So now this was our stomach, the J-shaped sac-like structure. After the stomach comes up the pylorus, which is your small intestine. So this U-shaped part of the digestive system that you can see is actually the small intestine itself. And this then is going to move forward and give us a lot of coiled structure. So these coiled structures are said to be the small intestine. Okay, now our small intestine is 6 meters long. Now 6 meters means how much? If you measure from your shoulder till the tip of your finger like that, this is 1 meter. So this 6 times will be 6 meters. This approximately 1 meter, not exactly 1 meter. So that long is your intestine. So basically, if it can be the breadth of your entire room like that. So that much, that long pipeline, you have it all completely coiled up in your abdominal region. Okay. So these small intestine, what exactly do they do? Their function is to absorb the nutrient from the food. Now, once the food passes into your stomach, it gets mixed up with the acid that is present in the stomach, and it gets converted into a semi-solid structure, which is called as chyle, C-H-Y-L-E. Okay, C-H-Y-I, तो chyle पढ़ने का नहीं है उसको, we will pronounce it as chyle. So this chyle then goes into the small intestine, and from the chyle, all the nutrients will be absorbed. Okay, so now this 6 meter long small intestine is divided into 3 parts. The first U-shaped structure, which is for 25 centimeter, this U-shaped structure is called as the duodenum. Okay, we'll be calling it as duodenum, and the later part of it will be called as jejunum. We will be calling it as jejunum, and jejunum is 2.5 meters long. It will be narrower than the duodenum, so that when the food particles or the chyle, when it is passing through it, it gets, because of the narrow diameter, the chyle gets squeezed and all the nutrients or the effective juices from it is going to come out. Okay, so for 2.5 meters, you're going to have the duodenum, sorry, the jejunum, and then the final structure or the final coilings will be of ileum. Okay, and ileum is 3.5 meters long, and ileum is broader than your jejunum, and mostly whatever substance come into the ileum are the waste material that you have. Okay, so we have duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Okay, so these are the 3 parts. तो जैसे पंडित जी मंत्र बोलते हैं वैसे हम लोग याद रखेंगे duodenum, jejunum, ileum. So these are the 3 parts of your small intestine. Now, once the waste material from the small intestine is coming into the later part of the ileum, then it joins your large intestine. Now, this portion, light pink colored portion, what you can see is the large intestine. And your large intestine again is divided into many parts. So this pipe-like structure that you see over here is called as colon. Okay, C-O-L-O-N, colon. Colon नहीं, जो grammar में colon रहता है, not that one. This is called as the colon. Okay, and there is a pouch-like structure which will be called as rectum, and this rectum has an opening which is called as anus. Okay, so we have the colon, we have the rectum and the anus. Now, just where this small intestine joins with the large intestine, there is a huge pouch-like structure over here, and that pouch-like structure has lot many bacteria which is very essential for your health. Yakult के ad में हम लोगों ने देखा होगा कि that girl tells us there are some good bacteria and some bad bacteria. So these good bacteria which help you in digestion and also keeps your intestine healthy, they are present in this region called as cecum. Okay, and what they'll be doing up is that the cecum is going to, whatever bacteria are there, they are going to break down the food and help in absorption of last minute whatever nutrients were left out. They'll be absorbing all of that in. Okay. Also, your this colon, what it does is it reabsorbs water, so that but it makes sure that the it does not reabsorb too much. So that is why whatever waste material you throw out in the morning at 6 a.m., that generally is a semi-solid mass. It has some content of water, because of which the feces is soft, but not too much of water. When your large intestine fails to do that, when your large intestine is not absorbing the water, so then what happens is you start getting something we call as loose motions. Now, actually, loose motion is not a term in English or even scientifically for that matter. This is a term that we Indians developed. Loose motions are basically called as diarrhea. Okay, so diarrhea is what you suffer from if your large intestine is not reabsorbing all the water. Okay, so that is the problem. Now, just around this cecum, you are going to find a projection coming out like that in the form of a wavy structure. So that projection is called as appendix. Now, we have heard about appendix last year, that it is an vestigial organ. Vestigial organ means that it does not support the or it is not required to us right now. Okay, now what happens is in your vestigial organ or this in appendix, what used to happen earlier is there was this one enzyme called as cellulase. Now cellulase used to break down cellulose. And where do we find cellulose? We find cellulose in the cell wall of the plant. And this cellulose is a tough material. Okay, it cannot break down very easily, and that is why the structures of the plants are very hard. If you touch the bark of the tree, or even if you touch the leaf, they appear hard. They are not soft like your skin or your tissues. Okay, because animal tissue or animal cells do not have any cell wall, and that is why our tissues are softer and you can remold it in any manner you want. But in case of plants, they have a very rigid means ekdam kadak, rigid cell wall which is made up of cellulose. Now, what used to happen earlier on in a Stone Age period and before that, in the prehistoric period, is that the man used to eat all these plant material raw. They used to eat the roots, that is potato and things like that. They used to eat it raw. जब कच्चा खाते हैं ना, तो कच्चा वो क्यों कच्चा जो भी वेजिटेबल होता है, it is very hard because they still have the cellulose within them. So that time we required this enzyme cellulase and in order to break down the cellulose. Okay, but then what happened? We discovered fire, and from fire we came to know that we can cook the food, and in the cooking process what happens is your food softens. Now why does it soften? Because the cellulose in it is broken in the cooking process. So when we started eating a cooked food, we no longer needed that enzyme cellulase, and because of which the cellulase has now left the building. It is not present in our body. But still, if your body sometimes gets any sort of complex carbohydrate like cellulose, like if you eat your nails or if you eat your hair or something like that, and if you swallow it down, then these tough substances are generally sent into your appendix, and this leads to inflammation or what can we say, or no state of disease in the appendix, and for that reason you have to then cut out your appendix and get a surgery done. Okay, so that is why always do not eat your nails, cut your nails with a nail cutter, and make sure that you do not to consume some food which are too much in cellulose. Okay, so after the food from the small intestine, not the food, sorry, the waste material from the small intestine, they enter into cecum, and from cecum they are going to go upwards. Since they are going upwards, that is why we are calling them as ascending colon. Then from here they are going to go horizontally like that. So we will be calling it as transverse colon. In biology, for vertical and horizontal, we have two different names. For horizontal, we call it as transverse, and for vertical, we call it as longitudinal. Okay, so this is transverse colon. And when it goes down below, we will be calling it as the descending colon. So here we have ascending, here we have descending, and in between when it is going horizontally, we will be calling it as the transverse colon. Now the last part of the colon gives you an S shape like that. Okay, so that is why this is called as a sigmoid colon. Sigma is a Greek letter and it signifies S in our English language. So that is why we will be calling it as sigmoid colon. And then finally you have the rectum where the feces will be stored for some amount of time. And when the time is appropriate, the sphincter muscles, again you're going to have sphincter muscles, those gateway muscles over here in the anus as well. So when the time is appropriate, the gate is going to open up and all the waste material will be given out. Okay. So this is what happens in the KT at 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so this is how our small intestine and the large intestines work. Okay, we will be learning more about your digestive system. Next time we'll be learning about the digestive organs, which help in some kind of reactions, and also we'll be studying the reactions that take place in the digestive system. So until then, you'll just revise whatever we have learned about the entire alimentary canal once again, and I'll see you all next Thursday. Henceforth, your biology lecture will be on Thursdays and your chemistry lecture will be on Fridays. Okay. So do subscribe to Write Academy's official channel. If you have friends who want to learn something new in this vacation, do tell them about our channel as well. And do like this video. And also there will be a previous video which I'll be marking out there. Do watch it out. Okay, so see you all students and stay home and stay safe. The cases of COVID-19 in Vasavilar are increasing a lot. So it is better to maintain distance from everybody at this point so that the disease does not get spread up or we do not suffer from it. Okay, so have a great day. Goodbye.